Hello, I'm Kunwoo, a postdoc at UCLA. Here I'm gonna talk about our efforts on understanding the effects of disclosing offline social status as borrowed reputation in online communities. Online communities and social websites have strived to host high-quality content, but it is almost impossible to monitor quality of massive amount of content published each day. So they use crowdsourced voting to evaluate content quality. So voted score represent content quality, and aggregated score becomes a user's reputation. This enables to promote quality content shared by reputable users. However, there are limitations of online reputation. First, newcomers do not have records, so we cannot know the quality of that user. Second, human evaluation can be biased toward the existing score. So in that case, voted score cannot represent content quality properly. So to mitigate the limitations and to supplement the online reputation, several websites start to use an alternative by bringing social status from other established networks or from real world. For example, in Quora social Q&A website, if a person posts question or answer, that person's background information from real world is also shown together. This helps other users evaluate the quality of the content shared by this user. This mechanism makes sense, but the effects of the mechanism have not been thoroughly investigated in a data-driven way. So we focus on the two online communities in Reddit, which use similar reputation mechanism, borrowing external social status from real world. First, Reddit Science. This community is a place to share scientific research articles. So peer-reviewed scientific papers are only allowed to share in this community. Second, everything science. In this community, they also cover science-related topics, but the content doesn't necessarily be a peer-reviewed paper. In these two subreddits, an academic degree can be shown through a badge-like feature called flare after getting verified by the moderators. So degree information and domain of expertise can be shown together next to the user handle. By using that, we want to ask two research questions. First, how does exposing one's academic degrees as part of borrowed user reputation affect community feedback on that person's post? How would the effects vary across the two subreddits? We believe investigating these two subreddits on science discussion will help us to see the generalizable effect of exposing degree information on community feedback. So we collected longitudinal data set of these two subreddits from the Pushchip dataset. Then we aggregated the degree information into four groups based on its natural hierarchy. So the highest degree group is the doctoral degree, and the lowest degree group is bachelor's. By using that degree information, we analyze the amount of community feedback they receive. The comparison analysis showed that the highest degree group holders tend to receive the largest amount of community feedback on their posts. By contrast, the posts of the lowest degree group holders achieved lower amount of feedback even compared to the posts without any degree information. But previous literature has suggested that the amount of community feedback can also affected by content quality and user reputation. So to see these two factors also make impact on the community feedback in our dataset, we measure the correlations of lexicon counts and user karma as a proxy for the content quality and user reputation. And the correlation analysis showed that these two variables are highly correlated against the three feedback measures. So this finding suggests that we should control for the confounding effects to understand the effects of the exposing academic degrees on community feedback in a proper manner. So that's where propensity score analysis comes in. This framework allows us to infer the causal effect in observational dataset. So here we'll introduce how we apply this framework to answer our research questions. First, we train a propensity model that predicts the probability of exposing a degree type using covariate information. Covariates are known compounding variables such as user reputation and content quality. By taking them as input, we train a logistic regression model that predicts the propensity ranges from 0 to 1. So we apply the propensity model to the entire dataset we have. And by using the score for posts of each degree group, we identify similar posts in terms of the score, the propensity score, but without degree information. So this step allows us to have a paired dataset. For each post with a degree type, we have corresponding posts without degree but having similar propensity score. So after balance check, we measure the feedback variables, which is we are really interested in to measure. So by using the paired dataset for each post with the degree type, we take the difference of community feedback measures with the feedback variables of similar posts without degree. So by taking the all differences, we calculate the average. This becomes estimated average treatment effect of exposing a degree. And the EATE value quantifies the advantages of exposing a degree type after controlling for the content quality and user reputation. And we apply the framework to each degree type, and also we measure the EATE for each three feedback measures. The results show that the highest degree group holders, doctoral degree, gained a larger amount of feedback compared to the expected amount of shared without any degree. And the effects were consistently observed across the two communities. This suggests that exposing a highest degree, doctoral degree, it induces a positive bias toward the content they share. The positive bias evaluation toward this academic degree could be explained by halo effect. Halo effect is a psychological effect explaining a possible evaluate trait affects the evaluation on other trait of the same person. So in the case of Lady Science, the degree gives a positive impression on other people. So other people evaluate that person's content in a more positive manner. Ensuring academic degrees good for Lady Science communities. In general, would exposing offline social status beneficial for online communities? Well, from the perspective of large science moderators, it might be okay to have the biased opinions toward the highest degree individuals because their original aim of trial mechanism was to promote high quality content shared by educated users. So this positive bias toward the doctoral degree may promote them to share more actively. So from that perspective, the community moderators may be satisfied. But considering the fact that the doctoral degrees are the minority compared to the overall population, we suspect that the bias benefits for the education status might cause feeling of depression in the overall population. So in this study, we found that the evidence of the effectiveness of bringing offline social status in online to supplement online reputation mechanism. But we want to mention that online communities should consider the potential negative outcomes of exposing external social status as part of reputation because it could make negative consequences as a whole. Thank you for your attention. Please check our paper if you are more interested in the details. or you can come to our poster session.